Good morning, good afternoon, or at whichever time you are viewing this video. It may be good day as well, wherever you are watching this video. I want to welcome you to another session of Principles of Accounts. In this session, we're going to look at the topic manufacturing accounts. This is a very important topic as it relates to the preparation for your CXC exams. So please do pay keen attention to whatever is being said and done and throughout this video presentation. At the end of this video presentation, students will be able to calculate the prime cost and production cost of goods manufactured, draw up manufacturing accounts, and adjust the accounts in respect of work in progress. Now, we have to deal with firms that are manufacturers sometimes, right? For these firms, they create something called manufacturing account, and this account is prepared in addition to the normal trading and profit and loss accounts. And a manufacturing account, as you can see here on the screen, is defined as an account in which production cost is calculated. An account in which production cost is calculated. So therefore, manufacturing accounts is used by companies that produce goods for sale. Friends, in a manufacturing firm, the costs are divided into different types. And they may be summarized as follows. Firstly, we have what we call prime costs, then we have what we call production costs, then total cost. Alright. Prime cost includes, as you can see on the screen, direct materials, direct labor, and direct expenses. We'll go into details as we go along as it relates to these different points. Alright. So then you have production cost, and as you can see, a production cost is prime cost plus factory or work overhead expenses. Therefore, in order for you to calculate production costs, it therefore means that you must calculate prime cost first up. So you calculate prime cost, then the amount that you get from the prime cost, which includes direct materials, direct labor, and direct expenses, the amount that you get from prime cost, you add it to factory overhead expenses. Now, next thing is what we call total cost. Total cost is production cost plus administration, selling, and distribution expenses. So after you would have calculated the production cost now, to calculate the total cost now, you will add whatever you get when you add prime cost plus factory overhead. Whatever you get from that is production cost. You will then add the production cost to administration, selling, and distribution expenses. These terms will be explained later down in this video, friends. Now we'll look at direct and indirect costs. When you see the words direct costs, we know, as shown on the screen, that these are costs that can be traced to the item being manufactured. However, on the other hand, if the costs cannot easily be traced, as you can see, the costs that cannot be easily traced to the item being manufactured, and is included under is what they call indirect costs or indirect expense, and it is included under factory overhead costs. For example, the pay of a machine operator making a particular item will be direct labor. The pay of a foreman in charge of many men on different jobs will be indirect labor and will be part of a factory overhead expenses. As an example, I repeat, for example, the pay of a machine operator making a particular item will be direct labor, and the pay of a foreman in charge of many men on different jobs will be indirect labor. You can pause the video, listen it again to what I just said. The indirect labor now will be a part of factory overheads. Other instances of costs being direct costs include the cost of direct materials, meaning raw materials used to make the product, including including carriage inwards on raw materials and the hire of special machinery for a job. So therefore, here we have it, direct and indirect costs. Direct materials, raw materials that are used to make the products. Direct labor, the persons, direct labor are the, like for example, the production worker, the person who are hands-on in the creation of the goods that will be sold. Direct expenses now are like, for example, you are designing the product, the design of the product. That would fall under direct expenses. The designing of the cost to design the product will fall under direct expense. Now we look at factory overhead costs or factory overhead expenses. You see that these are production costs in the factory which cannot be traced to the item being manufactured. Examples of these are cleaners' pay, crane drivers' pay, rent and rates of the factory, the depreciation of plant and machinery, and factory power. These are examples of production costs or factory overhead costs. Now we look at what we call administration expenses. This consists of such items as managers' pay, legal and accountancy charges, the depreciation of accounting machinery, and secretarial pay. So these are what we call administration expenses. So the cost of paying a manager, acquiring legal consultancy, accountancy charges, and the depreciation of accounting machinery and secretarial pay are considered as administration expenses. Now we look at something called selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses are items such as sales force's pay and commission, carriage outwards and depreciation of delivery vans, advertising and display expenses. Those are selling and distribution expenses, friends. Now, I'm going to ask you to watch this video clip and learn more. This video clip will show you the practical steps of how to create a manufacturing account, a trading profit and loss account, and ultimately it will also show you how to create a full set of final accounts, meaning how to create a manufacturing account, how to create a manufacturing and trading and profit and loss account for a particular year. And this is what you will have to create on the CXC exam if you are given such a question. You have to create a combination of a manufacturing, trading, profit and loss account. So therefore, pay keen attention to this video clip. These clips will be separate still, but they will be showing you a practical way of how you go about creating manufacturing account.